Oh, yes. That was a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I just streamed it, by the way, so check out the live stream. It should be on the channel as an unlisted video in my live streams playlist. That's what they're called, right? Honestly, my mind is still racing. It's just such a huge result for us. It's not just because it's the North London derby. It's not because it's an away game against Tottenham. It's not really. It's the fact that we've actually taken advantage of City's loss yesterday. We are now 8 points clear. Do you know what? Let's pull up the table right now. Let's have a look. Oh, look at it. We could have 50 points halfway through the season. We are on target to potentially get 100 points if we can match the first half results of the season. But of course, you know, City twice, for example, it's not going to be easy, and we're not going to get 100 points. But can I believe it now? Can I believe that we're going to win the league? No. Reel it in, Matt. Reel it in. It's not quite there yet. I think United next week is a huge test. I think if we beat United, and then I think it's the 15th of February. Okay, so if we get to the 15th of February, winning games, doing well, if we beat City on that day, then I will officially believe it. Okay? We're not even halfway through yet. We've still got one more game until we're halfway, but 1 loss, 2 draws, 15 wins. We've got joint best goal difference along with Man City. Our defence is solid. We're scoring goals. But the biggest thing is, right, after today, we're 14 points clear of Tottenham with an extra game to play. We can be 17 points clear of them halfway through the season. That's insane. That is actually insane. Let's have a look and see how the ratings look. Man of the match, rightly so, was given to Ramsdale. Normally, when a goalkeeper gets man of the match, it would almost... I think it would look like your team really struggled, that you were dominated, they had a lot of chances against you, they had a lot of shots on target, and your keeper rescued you. But the reality is today, in the first half, we destroyed Tottenham. We were all over them for 75% of that first half. And then in the second half, we eased off it a little bit. For sure, Tottenham were better in the second half than they were in the first half, and Ramsdale did make a lot of saves, but... this isn't what I just mentioned. This is not Ramsdale rescuing a win for Arsenal. He was just our best performer on the day. And we had a lot of good performances. Not a single player with less than a 7 rating or a 7.2, I think. No, Nketiah with 7.0. Honestly, though, okay, I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I don't necessarily think it was our best performance of the season. I think in the first half, we were on track to put in one of our best performances. But in the second half, yeah, it wasn't... It wasn't the best, but do you know what? We showed something different. It was that kind of rough around the edges, just really fighting and just putting your neck on the line. There's a lot of passion in this team. You can tell that every player wants to be there. They're all playing for the badge. Oh, I'm just in love with this team. I really am. I'm in love with this club. We've now done the double over Tottenham for the first time since 2014, I think it might be. I mean, it's 8 years ago we last beat them twice in the Premier League in one season. So going away has always been the issue. Going to White Hart Lane and now obviously the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it's not a fortress for them yet. What a stadium. Incredible. It's such a shame that it has to be Tottenham Stadium. But we've done a really good job today. And yeah, shout out to Ramsdale, who, by the way, I missed it at the end. I haven't seen the actual replay yet, but I've seen a picture. And apparently a fan managed to get on the pitch and kick Ramsdale. If that's true, I hope that the FA throw the book at Tottenham and their security at the stadium, because we've had the book thrown at us for surrounding the referee and stuff like that, and other teams don't seem to get the same punishment, but I'm hoping the FA will step up and do something about that. That's ridiculous. How can you not be safe on the pitch? It's not good enough at all, is it? Is it going to get to the point where if this was to keep happening that you have to put walls up, you know? It would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? But let's talk about Tottenham before we move on, because when you look at their team, I think there's some questionable decisions, actually. Now, I don't follow Tottenham every week. I obviously watch every now and again, but, you know, for example, I want to say, why is Longley starting? Why isn't Davies there? Why is Doherty ahead of some of the other players? I mean, why isn't their brand new signing Jed Spence playing? I don't understand that. He looked so good against us last season. Why was Kulusevski starting when he's been injured? I don't think he looked quite at it still, although still had some good dangerous moments. He's a good player. My biggest question was, why was Sarr starting? That's his first start for Tottenham, I believe, this season, or in general. I mean, it's madness from Conte. It's almost as if he's doing it on purpose. I don't really get it. And as usual, Tottenham have done what they've been doing all season long, and that is not playing until the second half. So Tottenham fans, although I hate your club, I can absolutely understand why you'd be so disappointed again. You're a second half FC. You know, if you played like you did in the second half, you might have won this game if you'd done that the whole game, because you could argue that Tottenham were the better side in the second half. They had more control. I don't know. This made no sense to me. Lloris is way past it. I cannot believe that he would be your main goalkeeper from next season onwards. I'm expecting Tottenham to go into the market and get a new goalkeeper, someone that can play with the ball at his feet. I mean, if Conte's staying, which I don't think he is, I'm sure he'll find someone. Eric Dyer just isn't good enough. Romero is a very good centre back, but you see this yellow card thing here. Every game he seems to get one of those. Talking of yellow cards, though, there isn't one here and there isn't one here. So Saliba and Saka, who are on 4 yellow cards, they're one away from a suspension. They will be starting against Manchester United unless they pick up an injury or something scary. That's good news. But let's have a look at the stats here. We made some very late changes, and to be fair, I think Conte probably should have made a change at half-time for Tottenham. I would have expected Bissouma to come on for Sarr. Tomiyasu didn't have much time, and neither did Smith Rowe and Fabio Vieira, but I thought Kieran Tierney, who eventually basically played as a left mid in the second half, he just ran like hell and, tried to be a nuisance. He did okay. Let's have a look at the stats. So Tottenham have had more shots, but we've had better expected goals. We've got the same amount of big chances missed and big chances in general. Wait, no. Is that we've had 3 chances and missed all 3? The big chances? I think it is. Very similar possession. It was a tight game statistically, but when you obviously watch football, and please, sometimes you just need to not look at stats. Like, who cares? Who cares what the stats say? It's just this bit. This is the bit that matters, the 2-0, okay? Can I just say as well, Martin Odegaard's goal, what a joke. Such a good hit. And Partey just before that with the volley off the post. I swear, I said it on stream, I could hear the post getting smacked from here. I'm about an hour away from London, an hour away from the Emirates, and I could hear it. Absolutely incredible strike, and I wish it went in. What we're going to do now is just quickly have a look at our fixtures coming up again, because it's a really tough run. I wish we didn't get City in the FA Cup, because it's just another game against City, but you could argue it's practice for the big one on the 15th. I think, if we beat United, we'll go to Everton and we surely win there. We beat Brentford at home. I'm telling you, right, if we win all of these games, I mean, I don't care about the FA Cup this season. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's a great trophy to win, but I want the Premier League so bad, and the Europa League is bigger for us. Don't care about this, but if we win against United, Everton, Brentford, and then if we go into this game against City at the Emirates and win that, I might just believe it. I might just believe it actually can happen. Villa away, Leicester away, Bournemouth at home, Fulham away. That's tough. That's a tough run. You could argue we should be getting 3 points every time there, but that's a tricky fixture going away to Villa. Leicester struggling, but again, could be a difficult one. I think Bournemouth's an easy win. We should be winning that comfortably, but Fulham have been remarkable this season, so not necessarily an easy one. Now, let's get into the comments. We've got one from Danny here saying he said for months that we'd fall away. I'm guessing you're a Liverpool fan? I don't know. That second half shown to me why you will be champions now. High praise from a non-Arsenal fan. A load of people, I'm pretty sure 90% of non-Arsenal fans would say, yeah, they're not actually going to win the title. But we were all saying that about Leicester many, many years ago. Was it 2016? They were never going to win the Premier League, and they did it. So never say never, right? Justin Bieber. We've got another one. This time it's from Ivan. He says, always thought Odegaard would be special, but man, absolutely resurrected his career at Arsenal. Hell of a signing. Yeah, just 35 million euros, I think it was. 30 million pounds. I mean, he's worth well over 80, right? Surely. He's such a good player, isn't he? I'm not sure resurrected is the right word because I don't think he ever dipped to the point where he was finished. Because obviously he's still only 23. It's a ridiculous age to be so experienced. But I understand what you mean. His career definitely was like this. He kind of stagnated a little bit. You know, the move to Real Sociedad definitely helped him. The loan to Arsenal. Everyone thought he was going to go back and do well at Madrid. They then sold him. And now at Arsenal, we're seeing him as captain light up the Premier League. So, good comment. James says, scintillating, dominant and dogged. Arsenal are showing that we can combine all required elements of what's required to fight for this title. We've had doubters galore, but we are showing that this team is capable of doing something incredibly special. Get in. I love it when you use the hashtag. Thanks for doing that, mate. This is very well written. And I agree. Scintillating in the first half, dominant in the first half, and some periods of the second half. But this was the second half. That is a great word to describe it. Adrian was up next here. First double over Spurs since 13-14. We're a different team now. We are. We're a completely different side now. I strongly believe, though, that if Tottenham did score in the second half and made it 2-1, we'd be talking about a very different performance in the second half. I think that would have been really, really difficult with the fans behind Tottenham. And, you know, they obviously needed to win this way, way more than we needed to. They needed this win so bad. So who knows what would have happened. But we are a different team now. We are. We've got a different mentality. And then DS Kofe? Don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Ramsdale was incredible today. The midfield was unplayable. And the feel of the club at the moment is immaculate. Mudryk would have been great. But the great thing is, we don't need him. I mean, it's hard to disagree when you see a performance like that. You know, we have issues in the squad depth-wise, but I don't necessarily feel like 100 million on one winger that isn't even necessarily going to start. It probably wasn't the right thing to be doing, but it was a signing that, you know, the board and, well, clearly Arteta really wants to get done. And I'm behind Arteta. Whoever he picks, whoever he wants, get him. He deserves to be backed. But do you know what? I think after making that video last night, which has done really well, I'm sure controversial videos like that will always do well. There's a lot of comments, people clowning me, Chelsea fans. But the thing is, there is always a silver lining, okay? 100 million. Chelsea have just spent, it's going to be almost 200 million over the 7.5 years that he'll be there, plus an extra year if they decide to extend. You're looking at a 200 million euro investment into a player that might, and I quote, might be a special talent. He might do nothing. It's a big risk. And the silver lining is we can now invest that money maybe in a more smart way, in a player that maybe fills a position that's more needed, i.e. a DM. But really appreciate all the comments. I really enjoyed the live stream. I will definitely be streaming another watch along at some point. I don't know when. I just felt like it today. I haven't been feeling like streaming for months. So that was good fun. If you tuned into the watch along, thank you very much. If you didn't, no worries. Just follow me on Twitter. Make sure you've got notifications turned on the channel. Maybe I'll do the United game next week. But for now, guys, my weekend has been... This has really finished it on a nice note. 2-0, away from home. North London is red. We're top of the league by 8 points. We could be 17 points clear of Tottenham. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Just... Do you know what? Just take a moment. Let me just get rid of my ugly mug. Just take that in. Look at it. Just look at it. Oh, beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.